Hi everyone, today I'm going to be solving the quiz for week 9 for math. So we're starting off with a question about pie charts. The central angle for the sector representing the pi order is a something degree, same for terms. So we begin off with looking at the graph that is given us above the pie chart. So they're asking for the number of pi. So the general formula to find the degrees is number that is asked over total numbers times 360. Same we do over here. Number, which is 8. The total numbers, so 6, 8, 9, and 7 added together is 30, times 360 gives us 96. That's going to be our answer for pi. Same thing for tiramisu. We're looking the number of orders for tiramisu, which is 9. 9 over 30 times 360 gives us 108. So again, you just use the general formula, and that's it. We move on. Now, stem and leaf. So stem, as you could think, it does not represent anything. It's not just a digit, it's tens, so 100. It's not 16, it's 167 or 173. So they're asking us for the missing blanks. So again, if in any written part it's going to be specified to plot the stem, there is a rule that we write the repeated numbers and we write the digits in order. So we see that we have 173, 175. We can spot only, again, 176 and 178. So we write 176 and 178. That's the numbers that are missing. Next one is 182, 182. We spot the 2. Again, we write the ones that are repeated, 186 and 189. So we write 6 and 9. Now, we have the frequency density and the hours. To calculate that, we do basic multiplication. So we need to times the frequency density by whatever is down here. In this case, it's hours. So we times the frequency density by hours. So we're deducting that this part over here is equal to 4, and our frequency density is equal to 2 to find the first x, so the first frequency. So 4 times 2, as it gives us 8. Second, we look at the second graph, which is 2, because 6 minus 4 is 2, so the length of this is 2. 2 times, we see that it's spotted at 6. So 2 times 6 gives us 12. Same for the next ones, 6 and 8, that's 2. And 8, that's 16. Now, next one, 8 and 9. 8 to 9 is 1. So 1 times 4 is 4, and 9 to 10 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Next one. So here we just simply count the amount of scores, which is from 60 to 70, from 70 to 80, from 80 to 90, from 90 to 100. From 60 to 70 is 5, then 7, 6, and 6. So again, I'm not going to waste time on just counting. You can also do that in the exam. Now, this question isn't working on SDP. So the general rule for all the digits, your calculator is going to help you. It's going to solve everything for you. So you can, of course, to make your life easier, you can use a calculator. But if you want to be sure, in the next question, I'm going to show you the unit circle as well. And that's how we're going to identify whatever is going to be equal. You can use the unit circle to find out whether it is, what is the sine and tangent. But if you actually want to use a calculator, it's basically sine 45, which gives us radical 2 over 2. But again, SDP isn't working. The only digit that won't be able to show on the calculator is going to give you math error is tangent 90. That's number is undefined, and you won't be able to solve it, so it's always undefined. Next question, again, a pictograph. So we have the answer key, which is one person is 10 bottles, half the people is 5 bottles. So apple juice is demanded by 85 people. we count the people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have one of the halves, so that's 85. Mango juice 30. That's same thing, all correct. Pineapple juice 1, 2, 3, 4, and have the fifth person, that's 45. Then orange juice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and half the person is 85. And strawberry juice is 1, 2, 3, but here it shows 35, but on the chart it says that it's 30. So there's an extra picture representing 5 bottles in the strawberry juice section. Now question 17. We're trying to find the cumulative frequency. So to find the cumulative frequency, we have to just keep on adding the frequency. So the first number always stays as it is, and then we start adding. So here we have 2 and 2. So 2 plus 2 ends up with 4. Now we have 4 here, not just 2. So the next number, which is 8, we do not 8 plus 2, we do 8 plus 4, which gives us 12. And the last number is 16 because 12 plus 4. Again, to make the life easier, the first number always stays the same because there's nothing to add it to. And then 16 consecutive days, or whatever the number is specified in the conditions of the question, will always be the last one. Now, the figure below shows 3 graphs. Again, we're trying to find the cumulative frequency curve of the given data. So, it's going to be graph 2, because we can find the numbers that were specified in our cumulative frequency in 6 and 16, and they start from 2. So, see, graph 3 also starts from 2, but it doesn't pass through points 12, which is our cumulative frequency, which we found literally over here. So we see that it's passing, and graph 1 is starting from 0. Oh, sorry, graph 2 also starts from 0, but that's the beginning of our cumulative frequency. So graph 1 also passes through 6, but it passes at point 16, which is too high. And we reach 16 only over there, while graph 1 reaches 20 at the end. So on 75% of days, the soccer players spend at most something hours on daily exercise. So 75%, knowing that we have graph 2, is 12. So we see the number 12, we go down and we see that time spent is 6 hours. Now, we need to find the next step to complete this construction. So the answer basically is to draw an arc of a circle cutting the previous arc at Z. So if we take a pencil and draw an arc around it, and we can name it Z, we're going to have a radius of DE as shown in the second one, and this is going to be our answer because we're going to be cutting the previous circle. Now, which of the following angles is congruent to angle EAD? So the fact that we chose Z tells us that the new angle is going to be ZUX over here, and that's going to be our final answer. Now, next one. So secant pi over 4 times cotangent pi over 4. So, of course, you need a special scientific calculator to get the answer for these two, but it's not going to be a big of a deal because we have the wonderful circle, which was probably shown by some of the math teachers or not. So basically we have a circle. To simplify again we can use the rhyme, all students take calculus. So we're gonna have 90 degrees over here, 0, 360, 180, and 270. So these are all of the degrees of the circle. So on center we have the beta reference. So in the part of all, we have basically all. So it's all positive sine, cosine, and tangent. Now, in all students, is just positive sign. In tangent, in takes is tangent, also positive. And in calculus is cosine positive, sine negative, and tangent negative. So that's where we end up at. Oh, sorry, and I forgot to add that y is equal to sine theta. That's pretty much it. This is our unit circle that we're going to be using later on. So from here, the only undefined is cotangent 360 and cotangent 180. Okay, so your calculator won't show you the right answer for secant pi over 4. It's going to show you probably a decimal. That's totally all right because we know that pi over 4, so we can consider pi as 180. So 180 over 4 gives us 45. So secant is 1 cosine theta. So theta is your angle, gives you secant theta. So that's what we're trying to find for the first part. So 1 over cosine 45. We times that by, so that's our first bracket. We open our second bracket, cotangent 5 over 4. So cotangent is 1 over tangent, or it's cosine theta over sine theta. But the thing is that if we do that, it's going to be equal to 1 anyways. So we can just stay with 1 over cosine 45. That gives us radical 2. So the answer here will bring us to radical 2. Now, next part of the question is tangent 210 times secant 360. So tangent stays as it is. So tangent 210. Now secant, as we remember, it's 1 over cosine 360. Tangent 10. You put that in your calculator. 1 over cosine 60. That brings us to radical 3 over 3. Again, you just plug it into a calculator and it shows you the answer. But just remember that pi over 4, that's going to be equal to 45 as we consider pi at 180. Now, given that cosine A is 12 over 13 and sine A is 5 over 13 as a fraction in lowest terms, what is the value of cosecant A? So, the formula for our cosecant is 1 over sine theta. That's going to be our cosecant. But the thing is that we're already given that sine is 5 over 13. So we do 1 over 1 over 14. We do 1 over 5 over 13. So dividing 1 over 5 over 13 just gives us the vice versa thing, 13 over. Moving on to the next question. As a fraction, if in lowest terms, what is the answer and the value of secant A? So we do the same thing. Secant is equal to 1 over cosine theta. But that's actually same thing as we did in the previous one. We already have the value of cosine. So basically it's going to be 1 over 12 over 13, which gives us the answer 13 over 12. And then for the last one, what is a tangent? Tangent is sine over cosine. So 5 over 13 divided by 12 over 13, cube change flip, we get 5 over 12. So that's how we solve the questions like that. Next one. So the following back-to-back stream and leaf plot represents the given data with 3 mistakes. Click on the mistakes. So we need to analyze team 1 and team 2. If we see a 7 over here, we don't read it as 57 or 67. We read it as 75 and 76. So we go either way, and the stem is the most important part, so we don't care which side do we go, it stays the same. So we need to find a 74 and a 76 in team 2. So 74, we found one, but 76 is absent. So that is one of the mistakes. We do the same, we analyze for this one. The one absent is 8. Same thing we do here and here, we check, but basically we don't find 5 in the stem of 9. The greatest score of team 2 is 3 points less than that of team 1. Why? Because over here, we can see that the highest score of team 1 is 109. But here is 106. So 9 is greater than 6 by 3, so 3 points less than team 1. But team 2 mainly has higher score than team 1. So team 1 scored a lot of digits at 7, although team 2 scored a lot of digits above 90 and above 200, above 100. Okay, so which of the following is the directed angle with a measure equal to 50? So here the circle does one rotation around its own axis and then goes one more. So it's going to be 670 minus 360 and minus 360 again, which gives us negative 50. That's the correct answer. Now again, here we do only one rotation and just a small click over here. So it's going to be 590 minus 360. That gives us 230. That's not the answer. So here we do just one rotation to 230. So it's going to be 230 minus 180. That's 50. That's also, sorry, I made a mistake over here. That's not one of the answers because we go the other way around and we need to still do 360 minus 180. So the second one, we're doing the rotation around and around. So it's going to be 770 minus 360 minus 360, which also gives us a 50. Now, it can't be this one because, again, the line is drawn not parallel to the x-axis on the positive side, is drawn on the negative side, so the answer is going to be completely different. So we don't even look at those which have the angle pointed to that side. So we mainly look at the ones that have it pointed parallel to the x-axis to the positive side. Now here again, our line does one curve over here and it reaches line x and just a bit of a flick to 410. So 410 minus 360 gives us a 50, so that's one of the answers. Now, to find what rectangles need to be filled to the histogram below or represents the given data, we need to follow one of the formulas, which says that these two numbers need to be subtracted and divided by this. So if we consider A and B, we need to do B minus A, and then that answer, because that's where we can find the size of the interval, we divide it by the numbers over here. So our first one is 10 over 2 minus 0, which gives us 5. Then 8, 4 minus 2, which gives us 4. Which gives us 4. And then 8 over 6 minus 4, which gives us 4. 8 minus 6. Here we do 6, which gives us 3. And then 4 over 10 minus, 10 minus 8, which gives us 2. So now we start plotting it. So 5 blocks should be colored. For this one, we have it over here, 4, so 2 blocks should be colored. Next one over here, again, 4 blocks should be colored. Here should be colored 1 block because 3, so here we look at 3 blocks, and here it stays as it is. Next one, so click on the rectangles that need to be filled so the bar represents below the given data. So hot dog, burger, pizza, and taco. We know that hot dogs is equal to 28, so we color in all of them. We just look on the number of drinks, and that's it. Now burger is 16, so 1, 2, 16. Pizza, 8 stays as it is, and tacos 8 stays as it is. Now, cumulative frequency for this one. We look at the frequencies, and again, as I've said before, the first frequency shouldn't be added to anything, so it stays as it is. We know that our time in minutes should be more or equal to 50, but less than 52, which will be somewhere over here. We can even plot it over here because it's still going to be between 50, but it's going to be bigger than 50, but less than 52. Next one is 18 plus 5, because we have a number before, so we need to add it, which gets to 23. That number is somewhere approximately over here. It's supposed to be between 54 and 52, so we can plot it over here. Next number should be added to the previous 23 that we had before, so it should be 23 plus, in this case, it's 7, which gets us to 30. We look at the plot. This number, it should be found between 54, so it should be greater or equal to 54, but less than 56, so it should be somewhere approximately over here. Now, we add to 30, 10, so that gets us 40. Between 56 and 58, so that's going to be something around over here. And then the last one, we add 9, so 49, which brings us between 60 and 62, and that's going to be over here. Select the rectangles that need to be filled so that the histogram below represents the given data. Again, we're doing the same thing as we were doing before. We have A and B. We need to do B minus A. So here we do 12 over 2 minus 0, which brings us to 6. That's going to be our first answer. So we color in 1. Next one is 18 over 5 minus 2, which gives us 6. Again, same thing. Now 8 over 1 gives us 8, so we color 2 blocks. Then we have 20 over 2, which gives us 10 blocks, so we color the 3. And then 12 over 11 minus 8, which gives us 4. So it stays as it is. That's pretty much the whole quiz. Please, if you have any questions left, message me. Good luck on your exam, and have a good weekend.